good morning. Because we are Indians, so let us follow Indian marriage. And friends, for me this is an opportunity. And for that, I am grateful to Professor Premnaran Singh Saab and his team for this occasion. Because I am somewhat used to speaking to uniformed people. Dress the same, the way they talk, the way they move, the same. Variety is denied there in the regimental structure. But for me, this is something meaningful and ennobling. Friends, our friend Dr. Rathod told that this is the first day of Navaratri. This is an auspicious day. So let us all start with a prayer. Empowerment and motivation. Before going for the deliberation, let me start with a question raised by yesterday's morning session. One of our wise friends, he asked a question. The question was, as principals, we face many adverse situations. We are to depute our people for different types of works, social work, different, most of the works are not learning centered. Because for teachers, our focus is on students. Our stakeholders are students, but we are given so many responsibilities. As principals, it is very tough on our part to say no and to how to go with it. I was very much here. We could not get a suitable answer. The ball was thrown into our court. You address the way you like. Friends, it's a very tricky situation, catch-22 situation. To be or not to be, those who are from English must be knowing Hamlet, the dilemma, to be or not to be, to do or not to do. How to address it? Let me start with one of my, the experience that I have gone through. I was in teaching for 8 to 10 years in Orissa colleges. Then through UPSC I joined that Indian Defence. And after 15 years of administrative job, audits, accounts, all these things, I opted for teaching or training. I saw that India is a great institution, so let me be involved in teaching there because I had a love for teaching. And my application was granted. I was posted as a professor in English in India. The moment I reached there, I was given so many responsibilities. That is OIC publication cell, OIC counseling, OIC this, that, so many things. After 5 to 6 months, the situation cropped up. The one you faced with a similar situation. One of our cadets, he was a 6th-term cadet. He was to pass out within 2 to 3 months. He was going to be an officer. Somehow then he drew a picture, an art. What was that art all about? That is Sudan Block, that is our main building, is at the background. Our deputy commandant, the Rear Admiral Patham, was standing like this with raised hands, and there is a comment, Patham ka Pathshala, Masti ka Pathshala. So, what happens in a regimental situation? People always search for limitations, weaknesses to score points. So, immediately, the major in charge, because every major is given 10 cadets to look after. He is the father, he is the mentor. Major took it to the squadron commander. Squadron commander took it to the battalion commander. The battalion commander immediately rushed to Patham Sahib, our deputy commandant, rear admiral, and told, sir, what a thing. This is high degree of indiscipline. Something should be done. Patham looked at it. He was a bit, let me take the apology of telling you, a bit arrogant. Well, yes, you must be punished. So immediately a meeting was called for, wherein all civilian officers, about 100, and all military officers, about 100, they were called in such a small auditorium like this. We sat together. Then Patham showed it. Friends, this is the picture drawn by a 6th term cadet, and I want to know your opinion about it. But you know, in such a situation, most of the people never talk. About 50-60% kept silent. Some people who wanted to please Patham Sahib, they told, oh, sir, this is too much. This is indiscipline of highest order. This cannot be tolerated. And this is like a chorus, you know, refrain. It went on, it went on. And most vociferous, loud mouth were my civilian friends. Then Patham Sahib told, any other response? Then I thought that I must speak something. I told, sir, may I give my opinion? Yes, tell me. Then I told, sir, I want to tell what you don't want to listen. So let me first take the apology of that. Sir, after the one which you showed us, what was that? That was an art. That is a cutout. That is creative exposure of somebody's ideas. What is wrong in it? The cadet is imaginative. He should be appreciated. No. This is not acceptable here. Sir, it should be. What is wrong in it? Look it as an art, not an offense. And with my input, sir, you can look at it again. One of my lady colleagues, she stood up and she told, no, Dr. Kar, the problem is not with the art, with the statement. What was that statement? Patham ka pathshala, masti ka pathshala. I told, madam, what is wrong in this statement? Masti? How can a cadet think of masti? I told, madam, what is wrong in the word masti? Masti is a very powerful word, very positive word. Masti means enjoyment. Here is a message, a different message altogether. It is told that earlier training is the third toughest training in the world. But here is a cadet, a final semester cadet, who is telling, no, there is still masti in it. So it's a positive thing. I look at it that way. I may be excused for that. Then I requested, Patham Sahib, aap thoda aur ek baar dekh lijiye, and you have your opinion. Then he looked at it, told, okay, what do you recommend? It should be thrown out? Well, no, not at all. It should be given a book prize. And ultimately that boy got the book prize. Now he's a colonel. And he's still in touch with me. He told, sir, you saved my life, you saved my career. So my point is, friends, whenever we come across such trying situations, let us stand bold. We won't be offensive. In a very modest, positive way, we must put forth our point of view. And once we put forth our point of view, we are empowered. That is empowerment is all about. So, before going to the, let us go to the topic, because that is more relevant here. Power, what is it? Power is the ability to get things done. People with power are able to influence others' behavior to achieve a goal or objective. That is power. That is to get things done. For the last couple of days, 2-3 days, we are enjoying a very meaningful and positive time. This is because of our director sir, Professor Singh. He gets things done very systematically. That is power. That is power. The ability to influence the behavior with or without resistance by using a variety of tactics to push or prompt action. Power produces, makes and sets rather than masks, represses and blocks. Power never blocks anything. And if that blocks or represses, that is no power. That is autocratic power. And that has no relevance in the present day society. Power might be physical, political, social, economic. Let me quote to Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, which says, as is your will, so is your thought. As is your thought, so is your deed. As is your deed, so is your life. So, important is will, thought, then deed, then life. Once I am determined, I will do this, and I am doing whatever I am doing very positive, then half of the work is done. And systematic and, consistent and persistent effort will lead me to achieve my goal. Goal is more important. Now comes the idea of Foucault. Foucault is a modern day philosopher. The most leading philosopher of present times. He has the concept of power. He tells power is ubiquitous. Ubiquitous means power is everywhere. Power is here, power is there, power is... Only the thing is, he who executes the power, he should have the ability to execute it. Otherwise, power is everywhere. Power is constituted through accepted forms of knowledge, scientific understanding and truth. Discourse are about what can be said and thought, who can speak, when and with what authority. These are most important things. Because everything is a discourse. Everything is a sort of interaction. So the point is where, who, when and what. These are very important. Some time back somebody said that we have 6 important friends. What are they? What, which, when, where, all these. Because once you start raising such things, you will get a suitable answer. So whenever you find any problem, dear friends, ask yourself, why should I do it? What should I do? When should I do? Is it irrelevant? Does it serve the purpose? Does it serve the purpose for which I am here? Then only your inner voice will speak and you can achieve it. And once the voice from within speaks something right, go by it. Don't get distracted by the forces outside. There are 1,001 forces outside. So what is important is, raising questions, self-questioning. This is introspection in psychology. You introspect and you can find an answer. Relationship between power and knowledge and how they are used as a form of social control through societal institutions. These are very important things. Empowerment and explanation. When you empower someone, you help them to be more in control of their life. You literally give them power. You usually talk about empowering someone who has been disadvantaged in some way. So it stands to reason there are many different types of empowerment. Normally when the idea of empowerment comes, we think about gender empowerment, women empowerment, all these things. But empowerment is something inbuilt. It should be simply, given just a touch, and once that inner fire that I told you, it sparked, everything can be achieved. Here I can tell you the story of 2 young people. There was a small boy of 5-6 years. They are the residents of northern Nepal. That boy, every morning, his father was taking to that little boy to a particular place and telling, my son, look at this. This is Everest. This is Everest. Every morning, this is just a ritual type of thing. Boy asked, Papa, why are you showing me this Everest? Nobody has climbed it so far. Beta, this is Everest. This became a habit. That boy went on. For years together, he looked at that Everest during morning hours. as if Everest was the only thing, only focus. And ultimately, he became Tenzing Norgay. Father empowered him from the very beginning. So as teachers, we are also fathers in different ways. So we must empower our stakeholders. Another story. Somebody was telling about Sikandar, Alexander. Alexander was a young boy, 10, 12 years old. Alexander was, he was having the love for horse riding. His father, Philip, got the chance to purchase a horse which was very robust and very wild also. So the next morning, they are all standing, and the known horse riders who were brought in, they were asked to ride on that wild horse. The moment they took up the saddle and on the horse back, the horse was so wild, were throwing them back. Alexander looked at it. Then he told, "Mother, may I try?" Philip was shocked. Then he told, "Yes, you can." Alexander observed one thing. The horse was set in such a way that the sun was here. The horse was looking the opposite direction. And there was the shadow. The moment horse looks at its shadow, it reacts. Then he just changed the direction. He brought the horse towards the sun, and he immediately climbed up and ran away. After 10-15 minutes he came back and slowly got down. Philip told, "My dear son, Macedonia is too small a place for you. The world awaits you." And ultimately became the world conqueror. Friends, these are the things. A single word, a single line can inspire somebody to reach the heights. Sky is the limit. Sky, everybody has the potential to reach the height. The point is, some are lucky to get the individual who can inspire somebody. Some people never get it. We human beings, we are limited and unlimited. When we stand tall, when we stand straight, our heads touch the heaven, our legs touch the hell. The point is, whether we move upward in search of the heaven or move downward in search of the heaven. Choice is ours. Every morning if I get up and tell, no, I must live this day very meaningfully. Come what may. I'll do something positive. I'll contribute within my limitations. And in the evening, when you go to the bed, just ask yourself, close your eyes and ask yourself, how many good things I have done today? Where did I get something wrong? Why did I do it? I should not repeat it. And after a while you will see you are an evolving soul. You are an evolving individual. That is the most important thing. So, there are so many, let us come back to our own original thing. Empowerment is political empowerment, economic empowerment, gender, very talked about lot many, cultural empowerment, organizational empowerment, educational empowerment, physical, psychological, so many things. And we are senior entities in the academic circle, we all know all these things. And there is no point discussing all these. So, what is important is autonomy for self-determination to represent our interests in a responsible way. That is most important. Whatever I do, I must feel that I am responsible for it. I cannot, as principals, you are all wise people, senior people, you are leaders. So, whatever you do it with responsibility. Take responsibility. That, yes, this is my decision, I stand by it. If it is wrong, it is for others. If it is not, if it is wrong, I am responsible. If it is right, this is for others. Just a very personal experience. Sorry, I am telling lot many personal things because I feel one with you. In 2009, we conducted one international seminar on leadership in India. And I was fully in charge of it. I was the coordinator, and many people participated, even some 7 to 8 academies from outside India, you know. And that was a grand event for 3 days. We had a book also, leadership, junior leadership in military services. After that, our 3 chiefs were there, and Abdul Kalam also gave the keynote address. And after that, 3 chiefs decided that we must give an award. We must recognize the efforts made. And you suggest one military, uniform man, and one civilian. Then our deputy commandant, Patham was not there, Grewal was there. He called me. He told, "Arey yaar, aise hi aa raha hai. मैं तुम्हारा नाम रेकमेंड करता हूँ." मैं बोला, "सर मुझे क्यों, छोड़ दीजिए, मुझे क्या मिलेगा?" आप एक काम करो, if you want my opinion, give it to Padmaja. Padmaja was my junior. She was my deputy. She was helping me in everything. And moreover, she did the toughest job, because no military man gives you in writing. They speak. And she just listened to everything and jotted down. And we prepared the book. Sir, Padmaja has done many things. Let her do it. First time I do observe, somebody is telling, "You don't get it." Well, I said, "I don't want it." Even she has a career. I have hardly 10 years left, but she has to go for 20 years more. Let her. Okay. Then Deputy Commandant went to the meeting again with all the 3 chiefs. He told, "Sir, I have a request. We will give it to 2 civilians and 2 military." They did okay. And Padmaja and myself, we got the award. So, I didn't ask for it, but in a way, the situation took in such a turn that they gave me. So the point is, let us not be crazy for recognition, appreciation, this and that. Whatever decisions we take, whatever we go for, there are dissenters, there are people who will question us. But we must stand firm, as I told you. 3 important things. Bit digression from this. 3 important things. In life, you have to live with disagreements. Forget about professional life. In personal life also. Our kids may not agree with us every time. Most of us face that. They are of a different generation. They have a different opinion, different point of view. But we have to live with the disagreements. We must accommodate. We must try to convince. If they are not convinced that way, okay, let us accommodate. So we have to live with the disagreements. The other most important things, we cannot satisfy everyone. We cannot satisfy. If we live for others, then we never get the chance to live for ourselves. So let us live for ourselves. Let us not take the course to satisfy everybody, whomsoever we come across. We cannot satisfy. Nobody can. Nobody can. Even gods who came down to this earth, they could not. They could not. They have to take a decision. And whatever right at that point of time, they have taken it. Therefore, Sita was asked to vacate Ajodhya. She was sent to the forests. That was the time. That was the need of the hour. The king prevailed over the husband. The king took the decision. That's my point. So, we have to live with agreements, and we are here not to satisfy everybody and everything. Sometime back I read a book I don't recollect, but in the internet you can get it. A nurse, Australian nurse, lived with, she was given the charge of taking care of the people who are going to die. You see, in the last stage of life, most of the sick people, they are not to come back to life again. She was in charge of that. And she was talking to their stories. And she has written that. And therein she has written, all of them, about 100 people she had interviewed, all of them, they were not happy because they could not live their life there that they liked. They lived for others. We live for the family. We live for our profession. We live for this, we live for that. We hardly think about ourselves. Friends, it is a high time. At least from today onwards, let us live. Let us spend some time for ourselves. We are also entities. We are also individuals. The moment we think of ourselves, the moment we live for ourselves, in a way, we are empowered. So that is the story of empowerment. This is empowerment types and modes of
There is a
operation.
point on melting pot.
Oh, the previous one?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. You empower people by embracing their differences as created by class, color, creed, religionalism. That it must be a point of, what is that? Language and ethnicity. This particular term, religionalism,
Yes, sir.
this is a term coined by me.
Okay.
What is that? That is religion plus regionalism. Religion plus regionalism. Our country is divided on this both. So religionalism. And coming to, sir has asked about salad bowl and melting pot. Salad bowl is, that's a concept of multi-ethnicity, In India, it is a salad bowl. Marathi is there, Kerala is there, Assamese is there, North Indian is there, everything is there. They have their separate identities, but they are in a bowl. So, melting pot is all mixed into one. That is American multiculturalism, all merged into one. They have no identity of their own. But we have our own identity, and at the same time, we are united. Unity in diversity. So that way, our culture, our approach to life is more meaningful. We have our identity, and at the same time, we belong to one. That is India, Bharat. And now we are marching ahead to be the Vishwaguru, and I am confident we will be. Because we have to do so many things. Yesterday also we discussed about Indian knowledge system and so many things. Such a powerful setting with so much of history, so much of cultural reckoning, nowhere you can find in the world. This has survived all the adversities over the years, over the centuries. This is the only civilization which has survived. Friends, have you marked one thing? Many people come here as aggressors. They attack us, but nobody has gone back. They have settled down here. That is the speciality of Bharat. Muslims came, settled down. I mean Arabs and all that. Mughals came, settled down. English came, most of them settled down. They are not going back, but some others they are forced to. Alexander came. He was not interested to go back, but he could not go back to Macedonia again. He lost his life in Midway. That is India. India is a mother who embraces everybody, even the aggressors. Whomsoever comes here, stays here. That is the greatness of our culture. Such an embracing thing. Nowhere in the world you can find. This slide is about all these economic empowerment, educational, now all these we know. We can avoid this. So what is important is freedom. So far whatever I have told, that is freedom. Freedom is the most important thing. That is the key. In the 100th hymn of 10th book of Rig Veda, it is told, we ask for freedom and complete felicity. Sarvatim Aditi. Aditi means boundlessness, infinity, eternal and infinite expanse, immensity, inexhaustible abundance, perfection and unimpaired condition. Aditi. Sarvatim Aditi. Let there be felicity everywhere. This is Indian culture, Indian culture. There are two other terms used in Vedas, Barivash and Ulok. Barivash means space, free space, ease, comfort, bliss, and wealth and treasure. Uloko means open space. So, an open space is freedom. A closed room blocks the freedom. An open stream of water is freedom. A frozen glacier is a lack of it. So, we should be like free flow of water. Open mind. That is how, in a broader sense, we should have an open mind. As junior colleagues, whenever they come to me, they come to you as principals, they have with their problems, give a patient hearing. Listen to them. Note down whatever the points they are raising. Then you tell them, give me some time. I'll answer your problems. Let us meet after a couple of days. And whenever he comes back again, or you call him, then tell, Beta, these are the things. This is not possible. You can find some other ways. Just suggest me. So always it should be in a very collaborative way. No, I am the principal, you have to do it. Come what may. That don't work. Even in today's military, which is highly regimental, I have seen them for 15 years, very closely. It is not working. Because every individual, सब जागृत हुए हैं ना. उद्बुधो स्वाग्ने प्रतिजागृही तमांचा. It's a line from Yajurveda. O Agneya, Swagne, O Agneya, Udbudo, awake. Udbudo Swagne, Pratijagruhi. Keep on marching. Thevancha, don't stop. Which Vivekananda took it as, awake arise and stop not till the goal is reached. So everybody is awakened. This is a very different world we are living in. Whatever happens there in New York, after 2 minutes we know it. It's a very, rapidly changing world order because of technology. Our children are more exposed than us. They know more than us in a way. Maybe ready-made knowledge, not the wisdom, maybe information, but they are more well-equipped. They are well-equipped than us. There was a time physical strength was power. Then pain is mightier than sword. Pain is powerful. Now connectivity is the power. Connectivity. How much you are connected. If you are connected, you have the advantage, you have the mileage. So, freedom. But Chidu Krishnamurti, you must be knowing, Indian philosopher, he tells that every freedom has a responsibility. There cannot be freedom without a responsibility. You must be responsible for the action. Without responsibility, there is no freedom. To respond to every challenge out of freedom is a responsibility. It is the inadequate response that is irresponsibility. The mind that is dependent on attachment becomes irresponsible to the whole. Again, coming back to my old point of view, inner freedom, that is the most important thing, that is entirely different. When there is a deep fundamental freedom, which has its roots in the idea of freedom, but in the reality of freedom, then that freedom covers all movement, all the endeavors of man. Without this freedom, life will always be an activity within a limited circle of time and conflict. So inner freedom is the most important thing.
Sir, Sidhu Krishnamurti, it might be Jiddu Krishnamurti.
Chidu Krishnamurti.
Jiddu Krishnamurti. I think that spelling is...
Pardon? Should I explain more?
No, sir. Instead of Sidhu, it might be Jiddu Krishnamurti.
Chidu Krishnamurti. He is a known Indian philosopher.
Yes.
Maybe, I accept it. Jiddu.
Jiddu, yes.
Okay, sorry, thank you. So, now comes 3 parts. Freedom from, freedom to, and freedom to be. Freedom from what? from the constraint of the society. There are not many constraints. In society means family including. So freedom from the constraint of society. Freedom to do what we want to do. Freedom to do what we want to do. And freedom to be is the most important. Freedom to be what we were interested or what we are meant to be. Srudantu sarve amrutasya putra. So we should be of that height. We are amrutasya putra. Even T.S. Eliot, most of you must be from English background. T.S. Eliot, he has written that the Westland. He has quoted from Vedas from the Westland, in the Westland. Datta Damyata Dayadham. He has used these words in that poem. The most important poem of the modern age. Datta, give. Damyata, restraint. Dayadham, kindness. Datta Damyata Dayadham. And finally he concludes, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. This is the thing, freedom to be. Yudhishthita Jagdata Prakyavara Nivodate. They say, we have already quoted it. I have discussed it, Vivekananda's thing. But it was originally in Kathopanishad. And Jajurveda, Udbuddha Swami. Now the most important poem we all come across. That is, where the mind is without fear. That is of Rabindranath Tagore. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depths of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of habit, dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee means here the supernatural power, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever-widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my countrymen. Most powerful. So this must be our key thing. Then coming to again empowerment, because which I have to come back because that is the topic. So what is important is community level communication. Most of the time we never communicate properly. At the community level, there is always a break, a stumbling block, roadblock type of thing. Anybody who is a stakeholder, let us communicate properly. Let us talk to him. Let us listen to him. Somebody told yesterday, that is true, listening is the most difficult, communication skill. There are 4 communication skills: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. And the most difficult is listening. Nobody has the patience to listen. Everybody wants to talk. The 20th century individual is a speaker always, not a listener. Everybody wants to talk. But listening is a very good habit, which we must do. Unless we listen, how can we speak? What can we speak? How meaningful will be our speech? So let us listen first. Patient hearing. That is patient listening. Hearing again distraction. Patient listening. Focused listening. That is most. Then problem posing. Most of the time we never get the real problem, get into the real problem. Praxis, logic about how to handle the problem. Conscientizing, that is never filling oneself with the one who is posing it. Then 5 values are important, friends. 5 values. I think I am elder to all of you because of my age. So I have the apology to tell you, let us be loving, let us be humble. So love, humility, hope, faith, and critical thinking. These are most important things which we must take up. This is my appeal to all of you. So empowerment, elements of communication, these are all provision of access to information, putting users, beneficiaries and local people in control, building local people's capabilities in communication, emphasis on small and appropriate media, learning with partners, working as a collective, capitalizing and building on pet needs, making it enjoyable, giving them hands-on experience, adapting to change, in sync with time. This is the last phrase is most important. We must be in sync with time. We must go with time. The need of the hour, that is a common phrase. We must go with the need of the hour. We must respond, we must act, keeping in view the need of the hour. In India, Indian knowledge system, power explode, we have always given importance on Shakti, Shiva and Shakti, Purusha and Prakriti. I have quoted a line from Shivani, D.K. Shivani, that very famous speaker these days. She tells, what they did was their choice. Holding on to them was my choice. I do not allow them to live on my mind anymore. I release my past. I release my expectations. I release my guilt. I use my power to let go to finish the evils of hot and hatred. I am Shakti. She tells about women. So the moment you realize your potential, the moment you feel that you are something different, you are unique on its own way, you must not hold on to them. You must have your independent opinion and you must put forward. Push forward.
But the Prakriti is missing here.
Prakriti?
Is missing here.
Missing, na?
Yes.
Are Shiva and Shakti or is Shiva and Prakriti? I should have personal written, but anyway, Shakti means Prakriti. The creative energy.
Yeah, right.
The whole is made up of two opposed complementary forces, like yin and yang. Yin and yang in Chinese culture. Yin and yang, they represent the duality behind all energies in the universe. Masculine and feminine, Shiva and Shakti, steadiness and dynamism, awareness and bliss, stability and transformation, being and becoming, complement each other. Where these energies are present in our internal worlds as they are in the external cosmos. So, all of these, you have to sum up, we must accommodate diversity. We must find the right path, Madhyama Pantha, Buddhist middle way. We must find out, we must listen to everything, we must accept everything, but have our own way through the right path. Then only we are empowered. Now coming to the second part of the thing, motivation. Again, I will go for the second part. That is motivation part. In Taittiriya Upanishad, the Vedic era Sanskrit text embedded within the Yajur Veda, it tells about Panchakosha theory. Most of you must be knowing it. That is Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, and Anandamaya. Our effort should be in search of that Anandamaya portion. Annamaya, physical world. Pranamaya, breathe world, body. Then Manomaya, mind. Vijnanamaya, higher mind. And Anandamaya is the most important thing. Very few people get the chance to reach that Anandamaya portion. And that is the objective of human life. Otherwise, they tell youth is a blunder and old age is repentance. I'm an old man, I know. It has started playing on me. Not many repentance coming. Oh, this should be that way, this way. I could have lived my life in a different way altogether, but it's not possible. There is no going back. There is no going back. Only in a LIC advertisement you can just go back. But in life it is not possible at all. You can simply languish. So body, breath, mind, wisdom and spirit into harmony, promoting overall health and bringing you closer to self-realization. Atmanubhuti. That is the most important thing. Absolute fullness of being, the vital life force that moves through the body. Yoga Sutra, that is Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, it tells about that vital life force that moves through the body. There are 5 states of mind. Kipta, Mudha, Vikipta, Ekagra, and Niruddha. Kipta is a monkey mind, the lowest state of mind. Monkey, as you know, is very restless. It cannot sit at a place. It jump here, there, restless. So Kipta mind is restless, anxious. Mudha is a donkey mind, lethargic, dog. So once you climb up the Kipta mind, you keep yourself stable. Then comes in this one, dullness and sluggishness. Mudha. Then Vikipta, the butterfly mind. It is restless, it is stable. It is, like a butterfly, it flies. That is again not the ideal thing. Ekagra. Herein comes the real thing. One pointed attention, focus. And that stage everybody should reach. And finally it is Niruddha. Niruddha is fully focused. We all have reached that stage. And I am confident. I do observe it for the last couple of days. All of you are in the Ekagra stage. Most of you. All of you. Why most of you? And my appeal. Please go for the Niruddha thing. Fully focused. And I am confident you can.
But sir, how?
Yes, that is the moot point. How? I told you, whenever you get up in the morning, I am not telling go for any prayer, this, that, home, nothing. Simply tell yourself, whatever I am to do today, I'll do positive. I'll think positive.
Yes.
I won't go beyond something. I won't do anything wrong consciously. And remember it all.
Self-correction.
And in the evening, there are lapses. In the evening or in the late evening when you go to the bed, just think about whatever done all through the day. Just imagine. I mean, like a reel, it will move. Oh yes, I got up, I did this, I went to the college. There in that English assistant professor came to me, challenged, sir, this is not possible. Then I told, get out, you should not. How dare you talk to me? I am the principal. Then just that philosophy man came, he was a very nice man. We had a nice cup of tea and all that. Everything. I came back in the evening. My wife had been to the market. And then I told, why are you going when I am not coming? At least I need a cup of tea. All these things. That happens in everyday life, in my life. Then you tell, hey, why did I tell that English teacher this way? I should not. I should have convinced him. He's a small child. He's like my kid. He's my junior. I'm to lead him properly. Let us not repeat it. Okay? Why did I tell my wife this? Why should she prepare tea for me every day? Why should I prepare my own tea? I should not. Let me not do it again. Let me prepare the tea for her tomorrow morning. Let her feel that I love her. So these are the, Ravi Shankar ji tells art of living. I have attended as a representative from defense. They conduct some government programs. For 7 days I was in that international art center in Bangalore. But they never teach these things. These things are more important. Art of living means how we live our life in a meaningful way. Let us respect each other. That is the first thing. Let us respect the others. Even Sri Aurobindo tells, we must respect the non-living things. I must respect this one. This serves me. I cannot simply push it the way I like. Find life in everything. So let us respect the things around us, the people around us, the society around us. And once that respect thing comes, that positive vibe comes now. I tell you, there is, Nobody can check you. I told you that iceberg, that is, that is not life, flowing water is life, that is almost dullness. But once that starts melting, it gets a source of free flow of water. We have the potential. Amritasya putra. What a better line Vedas could have told. Shrunantu sarve amritasya putra. Everybody is according. That Brahman thing, somebody was telling us today. Brahman, everybody has that Brahman. But the point is, we hardly realize it. We are so engrossed with our physical world, with the power, with the position, with the resources. Well, we never bother for any other thing. And when you reach my age, you start like, what life? I want to go back, but there is no going back. But what? So, think positive. There will be 1,001 problems. Many people tell it is very easy to think positive. But how to think positive? I mean, so many diversities. I mean, so many problems around. But there is a poem, na? Lead kindly light amidst the encircling gloom. So, encircling gloom. Oh God, lead kindly me to light. Okay, lead me to light. Give me the light. Give me the proper encouragement. Give me the proper blessings to push through life. The adversities of life is not so easy. Not for anyone. Everybody has some problem or other. Somebody is having the financial problem, somebody has social problem, somebody has the political, even the most powerful man in this country. He has his own problems. He has to think about next election. He has to think about what will happen next. So who is free? Nobody is free. The point is how cool you stay, how composed you remain, and how you chart out your ways and reach the target. We can further discuss such things. There was one Western psychologist, Maslow. Most of you must have read it. Survive to Thrive. Maslow has 5 levels: P drive, D drive, love and belonging, esteem, and self-actualization. P drive is physical drive. Food, hunger, bodily needs, all these things. And once you overcome that physical drive, you reach the D drive, deficiency drive. Physical drive is psychological drive, and D drive is deficiency, food, hunger, and all this. पहले D drive होना चाहिए. D drive, P drive. First you overcome D drive, then you go for P drive. P drive once you overcome, then you search for love and belongingness. Suppose I don't have any physical need, I don't have any psychological need, so I need love and belonging. People should tell me, he is a good man. Everybody needs appreciation. Everybody needs a pat on his shoulders. Everybody. That is in psychology, they call it affiliation motive. Everybody needs to be affiliated. So once love and belongingness is over, then you reach esteem, respect, esteem need. And once you overcome that, you don't have P drive, D drive, love and belonging, esteem. किसी का ऊपर आपका जरूरत नहीं. You don't need all these things. Then you are an evolved soul, self-actualized. And that is of course very difficult in a limited span of time. But one can practice it. One can go with it. But one can at least take an effort. So what is important is intrinsic motivation, self-motivation. You must be knowing about NAC, achievement motivation. Need for achievement is an individual's desire for significant accomplishment, mastering of skills, control or high standards. That is NAC, McLellan, psychologist. He tells us that achievement motivation is more important. There is a saying all of you must be knowing that other than giving a fish to somebody to eat, tell him how to fish. Suppose somebody, I will give a piece of fish to eat, cow. Other than doing that, if I teach him how to catch a fish, he can catch it every day, he can eat fish. So let me, as teachers, it is our responsibility to teach the educand, the student, the methods, so that he can catch fish every day, he can eat it. That is most important. We are trainers in a different level. Everybody is an Arjuna for us, and every one of us is a Sri Krishna. We must give him the code of life, the conduct of life that will take the form of a Gita. Well, let us take it as a mission. If I cannot influence 100 people, let me at least influence 5. If I can influence 5 people, they can influence 5. And in geometric progression, one day everybody is exposed, everybody is involved. So let us start in a very small way. It is called small is beautiful. In a little way. Slow and steady we can achieve. Let us not put higher targets which are unachievable. It is not possible. So let us have a limited target, achieve it step by step, and create personalities who can take up the baton from us, who can still go ahead. So 5 steps to achieve success. Set a measurable goal. Success by definition is the accomplishment of an aim or purpose. So it makes sense to figure out what you are chasing. Be strategic. Plan. Yesterday somebody was telling. Stay organized and better manage your time. Time management is the most important. Time management. Remain focused. Focused. No digression. No either thither. My job is this, I must do this. Rejoice and remain. Enjoy. Enjoy your work. Most of us never enjoy our work. Had I been this, had I been that, had I been that. No, there is no point. God has given me whatever is given to me, let me enjoy it. That was my due. For that I am here. So let me enjoy the whole thing. And once you start enjoying your work, friends, you will see life is meaningful. And once you start questioning, oh my God, there are 1,000 questions. And your mind will be jumbled up with questions. And you start a confused individual. That is how, in the Western world, so many psychological problems have cropped up. Most of them are psychic patients. And this psychic thing leads to psychosomatic disorders, physiological disorders. So these things must be taken care of. This we have covered. So we will now go for the conclusion. I will keep 10 minutes for discussion. Forgive me if this conclusion never fits into the whole thing, but this I want to share with you. The conclusion is, when I was young and free and my imagination had no limits, I dreamt of changing the world. As I grew older and wiser, I realized the world would not change. And I decided to shorten my sights somewhat and change only my country. But it too seemed immovable. As I entered my twilight years, in one last desperate attempt, I sought to change only my family. Those closest to me, but alas, they would have none of it. And now here I lie on my deathbed, and I realize, perhaps for the first time, that if only I had changed myself first, then by example I may have influenced my family, and with their encouragement and support, I may have bettered my country, and who knows, I may have changed the onus lies with the self. So let us first change ourselves. If we change positive, go for the positive. Gradually you will see our family, nearer people, closer people, they will be influenced. Once family is influenced, the society will be. Once society is influenced, the nation will be. And finally, the world at large. So my friends, this is how I take leave of you, but any query, any discussion, any observation, if you do have, you may come forward. We can have still 10 minutes left with us. There's so many things to talk. Let me pray God. Some other occasions may come so that we can be together. But it is always meaningful to talk to enlightened people, wise
Sometimes
people.
I feel two problems
Yes.
in section of people. Regarding your goodness or your যাকে বলবো আপনার ভালোবাসা হ্যাঁ আপনার ভালোবাসাকে আপনার দুর্বলতা মনে করে
Yes.
regarding it as your goodness. Moreover, whenever I try to be a good listener, I see that most of the people are saying so many things, unnecessary things, blah 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 blah, etc. And try to puzzle me.
Yes.
And in that situation, I will have to be bold to avoid things such.
So you have to deal with
How to deal?
Yes, very good question. So what is, first one, पहले, I love you or I like you, I am that way I am treated, that is a weak man. He is not shouting, he is not bold, he is not courageous, he is not strong. Okay, that happens.
Our modesty is considered as weakness
Huh?
by ourselves.
Our modesty is our weakness. Our modesty is our weakness.
Yes.
It is considered like that.
We have to tell them very categorically. In occasions also.
Actually, sometimes I feel you said in your speech that the world is changing so fast. New York is not far behind, it is on your palm. In this changing world, people are becoming more cunning, sort of selfish, trying to escape and avoid people's problem. Whereas India accommodates so many things. In a situation like this, we have to be positive. We will ask myself every day. But we are surrounded by people who do not ask themselves. So we may get persuaded because good habits are infectious. At the same time, bad habits are also infectious. So you just suggest us what to do. We have to take also the middle path. But sometimes we break away.
Okay. See, from my own experience, maybe in 2007 or 8, our opponent was Air Marshal Randhawa. He was a very positive man, very modest. He never even outside to others like Pathaman. People took him for granted for something. But he was not granted. Perhaps he was searching for the occasion. Normally what happens, whenever we have a meeting, the previous day will be the list. We seated at this, dress code, so many things. The meeting was to start at 10 o'clock. So, आगे हम लोग को 9:50 all officers, 9:55 deputy commandant, 10 commandant. We have to obey. One particular day when the commandant entered, उसका पीछे पाठम साहब आ गए, वही पाठम deputy commandant, with caravan. He just looked at Patham like this. Patham told him, "Sorry, sir. Patham, please get out. Please get out." Patham, "Thank you, sir." There, Air Marshal gave the message to the whole community. The whole community. Even it cannot be tolerated with Patham. Forget about you people. He is second in command. It cannot be tolerated with him. So for all of you, this is the message. He did not tell anything. Madam, no. Please get out. Please get out. Please. See, modesty and the wrong. Huh? Please get out. And the message passed to everybody. He stayed here for 2 years, there for 2 years. No distraction. Anybody had no courage. So, yes, we are modest, but if the occasion so demands, be very bold. Just give a subtle message. If you need not use slangs, you need not use the sound words. Sorry. Please stop. Enough. These are the key words. I got it. Whatever you tell, I get it. Got it. You, just you, like this, you got it. You are a group leader. Don't give him a chance if somebody is having blah blah blah. Okay. Got your point. Yes. Kumar, you tell me. Tripathi, you tell me. Yes, that way. And that way you will get the message. मैं थोड़ा ज़्यादा हूँ.
ऐसा भी बोला जा रहा है कि we should be a good leader.
There has to be a listener. If somebody is going beyond, crossing the limits, yes, with a small twist, give me a smile, अरे यार, हो गया, डाइवर्ट कर दो ना, and उसके बाद वो सोचेगा, मैं ज़्यादा बोल रहा हूँ, you'll feel humiliated, and you'll get the lesson. And the second thing was, both of them.
Sir, actually, we are around those people who management in different ways. Some feel that as one quotation is there, management is a story of four persons, everybody, somebody, nobody, anybody. The people around us, some feel that nobody, some feel that everybody, some feel that anybody, and some feel that somebody. So we have to compel ourselves to do the work done by somebody, because of the compulsion of time and other government instructions. And those people, they feel that we are in the group of nobody. So this kind of things.
I admit this is really very tough to be the principal, and that too in a college where you are ruled by the bureaucrats and your secretary, director, so many people, so many. Again, the young boys like that white horse, that chicken they are chopped up. They are white horse. They are very tough situation. You know how to handle both the opposing forces. These people are very arrogant bosses. I want it. Go. There are good people, but most of them they have that bureaucratic set of mind. And we are teachers. We feel immediately we get shocked. Is it I'm a professor. I'm a principal. How dare you? In that situation, I will tell you. Just tell me. Sir, this is but एक बार in military people, for us it was also very tough to deal with such things. Then more arrogant than the bureaucrat. Once एक सरदार उसका नाम जगजीत सिंह or something, General Jasbir Singh. He shouted at one of my groups. एक मीटिंग हो रहा था, HOD का मीटिंग, all HOD. Just shouted. Just give him a sir, may I have a point? What point? Tell me. Yes, sir. This is not. I never tolerate. Thank you. Okay. And one day, General was so upset. They told friends, meeting is closed. We'll meet again. Then he called us to the senior people. See how that panda misbehaved to me. What can be done? Nothing doing, sir. You are also jumping the line, you are crossing the line. What to do? Sir, इतना भी क्यों? हम लोग पढ़े लिखे हैं. We are teachers, sir. We have made him what you are. You were someday, some 40 years, 30 years back, you were the India cadet, sir. Respect your teachers. The individuals have changed, but the teacher position is there. So respect your teacher, sir. How can you tell your contribution is zero? They say, "Well, your contribution is zero." Sir, it is offending, sir. You are a general. We respect you. You are going to the chief of army staff. But what is this? Sir, your language should go with your position, sir. They told, okay. Then पंडा को बोला, मैं थोड़ा sorry बोल देता हूँ. Sir, we told sir, sorry बोलने का जरूरत नहीं. Change your English. Next meeting, you tell, hi Panda, how are you? Then everything will be taken. We teachers are very accommodative. And that is enough. That is a pat on our back. Panda will be happy. And literally, after a couple of days, another meeting was there. He told, hi Panda, good morning, how are you? He's very happy. This is a very crucial thing. Whenever we find some humiliation from any source, we have the authority to tell very, in a very modest way. So, sorry, I cannot. This is my limitation. Forgive me. Thank you. Yes. They have the idea of my way or highway. If you never go my way, then the highway. But you tell, no your way, no highway. It is our way. That we really know. That is the most important thing. The only fundamental difference between Indian civilization and Western, Eastern and Western, do you know what? They believe in terms of I, individualistic, individual centered. But in our case, it is always we, we-ness. We think in terms of togetherness, group. We never think in terms of individuality. The moment you start thinking in terms of individual, you are lost. So the sagacity, the greatness of Indian civilization lies in we believe, the togetherness. We accommodate. Therefore, our family, the very concept of family is well regarded outside. That is the secret, wherein we get the appreciation. So it is 10:30. Whatever struck me the time, So we are very nice talking to you.
Thank you, sir.